honest about it. Come clean. Read.
And they were both righteous before Yahweh, walking in all the commandments and ordinances.
See that? Those women were righteous. See? Read.
Walking in all the commandments and
Walking in all the commandments.
All right.
You see?
Wow.
Read.
and ordinances of Yahweh blameless.
See that? These were vessels fitted God. Read.
And they had no child.
And had no child. You see, and people made fun of them.
Yes.
Because when I come up, unless you had 12 kids,
Right.
15 kids, you wasn't considered a man. How many kids you got? 1? 2? What's the matter? You run out of stamina there? Even my wife, Lou, come up and want the whole ball team. 9 boys. You see what I mean? So that ain't too far back.
That's right.
See? So you see how, now watch, from the commandment, are you listening? I'm tying it together. From the commandment given to Adam and Eve, go forth and multiply. That was part of the commandment that they just had. And they could not do that.
All right.
You see? You follow me? Although at the time they didn't know why they couldn't.
Yes.
See? Read.
And they had no child,
Uh-huh.
because that Elizabeth was barren, and they both were now well stricken in years.
See that? Read on.
And it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before Yahweh in the order of his course, according to the customs of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense.
See that? See? We drawing it out here. I'm finally getting back to it. See? Read.
When he went into the temple of Yahweh.
Uh-huh.
And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of incense.
See that? Read.
And there appeared unto him an angel of Yahweh, standing on the right side of the altar.
Now watch that. Now watch. This is what I want you to pay attention to. Then we're going on. See, as righteous as Zechariah was, when he marked the angel, it cut him off.
Yes.
I mean, he was righteous all the way up through there. Get it there? But you got to believe it all the way. See? Not part of it, all the way.
All right.
Read.
And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. But the angel said unto him, Fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John.
Read.
And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth.
See that? Read on.
For he shall be great in the sight of Yahweh, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink.
See that?
And he shall be filled with the Holy Spirit, even from his mother's.
See that? Now, see, that's the problem I got with other schools. John lost an age. John didn't put the Holy Spirit in him.
Right.
In himself. He didn't put it in him.
Right.
So how can you lose something you didn't have nothing to do with in the first or last place?
All right.
Read.
And many of the children of Israel shall he turn to Yahweh their Elohim.
See that? Now that's what it was. See? Now this like, by his preaching, you see? Come here, you don't have nothing here. Sit down. Now through my preaching as John, I was to turn all of it to look to him that you've been looking for.
That's right.
You see? But I had to tell you about him in such a way that you would know it was him. Get it now?
Yes.
That's Malachi 3rd chapter where he's preparing the way. Prepare the meeting. Get it now? Read.
And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just,
All right.
to make ready a people prepared for Yahweh.
See that? Now, I'm showing you now. By this here, I'm showing, what I'm trying to show today is the function of this tabernacle and how they do not change.
All right.
How that Yahshua accomplished salvation by functioning by the pattern that he gave to Moses. You see this? And it's so to this day. See? Now I'm not going to go through, but your body is made up just like that.
Yes.
And the high priest that is functioning in your body is the Elohim that was from the dead. You understand? You follow me? That you look at it and bring it up. But this is the one that was in you from the get-go.
That's right.
Get it? Now what? We've showed you, I went that way to show you his descending from heaven. Where you read it here. I don't have time to go on with it. So this angel, Elizabeth and Mary are announcing his birth. You see that now? So then this is Elohim coming down from heaven. You get it now? And I've already said, I'll repeat. So he said, I'll pray to the Father for you. For you know, that's what the altar of incense.
That's right.
I'm the light of the world, I'm the bread. He was baptized, he was the anointed one from heaven. He had to be sacrificed to be offered up.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Now watch, that's in a descent pattern.
Go on with it, Dave.
Get it now?
Yes.
Now in an ascent pattern, you listening now? When the high priest is going back to get forgiveness for Israel. Okay. You understand? Under the law, he has to take with him a censer.
Yeah.
You see?
And blood.
That's right. But I'm talking about... Oh, okay. That, they see, I was trying to condense. Now, what Barry just said makes me to have to explain. See, that he entered into the most holy place, not with blood. See, the high priest back here did it with blood.
Right.
You see? Now I'll set up the pro and the con. 1 Corinthians 15:50 says this. And this I say, this is Paul writing.
Right.
And this I say, brother, flesh and blood shall not enter the kingdom.
Yes.
Talking about blood now, right? This high priest is going into the most holy place, bringing toward the mercy seat, like I showed you when Barry was up here.
Right.
You see, with the stave. And that's when he's sprinkling blood. Now you got a contradictory, seemingly statement that this I say, flesh and blood shall not enter in. Well, here's the high priest sprinkling blood. No one's sprinkling blood, but he's got blood in his body. You see? But in his flesh and with the sprinkling of blood, he did not understand it.
Right.
You get it? So flesh and blood did not enter in.
That's right.
You get it now?
Yes, sir.
Now, Barry made me have to stop and explain that because what I'm after is the ascent pattern.
Right.
You see? Where we get Messiah crucified and the blood is drained from his body.
Right.
You see that now? You see, but just like a high priest had the censer, then that forms a cloud. You see? That high priest has got to ascend into the most holy place. You see? So then there's no great wonder that he stepped aboard a cloud. You see that now? Because it's a high priest function in the greater, more perfect tabernacle that he picked, and not the man Moses. You see that? So there was a cloud. You understand? He stepped aboard a cloud. You know, on the kind, he's that high priest that had to sin. You see that? He was the sweet smelling Savior that when he rose from the dead and began to ascend on back into the kingdom, it had to be on a cloud in front of him. But this high priest ascending into the most holy place on a cloud. You see that now? But this time it's without flesh and blood. You see what I'm saying? He's sown a natural to raise the quickening spirit. That man is so
We hold classes every Tuesday and Thursday.
This time I'd like to introduce the Bureau and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Glenn and Louise Hill. Our Executive Officer, Dr. Joy Peete. And our President, Dr. Joseph Marie Bell. This school chose to do the work himself. The cloud, and the cloud, because the cloud has no particular shape or form. To describe the makeup of the cloud, he chose 9 major attributes, which are intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, salvation, power, and strength. These attributes, Yahweh moved into an incorporeal shape and form, known as Yahweh Elohim. And in this shape and form, he made the heavens and earth. He then moves into the shape and form of specially prepared sacrificial body, known as Adam, and Yahshua Messiah. To institute and fulfill the law and the prophets.
Right.
Yahweh Elohim Yahshua, these figure one, as it states in Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our Elohim is Yahweh Unity. The red boundary around the chart shows that everything that abides on the chart abides in the red boundary. So as everything abides within the spirit state of Yahweh.
That's right.
At this time, I'd like to read the 10 things from our school. 1. To help you find and know Yahweh Elohim as he really is and actually exists. 2. To form a nucleus of universal brotherhood and community in Yahshua Messiah, without distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. 3. To investigate the unexplained spirit law, or so-called law of nature, and the power of land and the earth. 4. To encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religion, psychology, philosophy, or modern, practical, and so-called science. 5. To instigate current superstitions, skepticism, and ignorance. 6. To learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. 7. To discern and avoid being received by Lucifer the serpent, or the devil, or Satan and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. 8. To earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith which was once delivered unto the sons or children of Yahweh. 9. To make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given unto men whereby man can be saved, saving the name of Yahshua the Messiah. 10. To inherit eternal life, now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah, that the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. Our watchers deeds in the swimming of Sacrificial. Our theme is taken from Matthew 24, verses 14 and 15. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come, and ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken by many of the prophets, stand in holiness. Whosoever readeth, let him understand. At this time, I would like to hear a prayer by Dr. Brenda Groves in the scripture, Genesis 1 and 2, by Dr. Evan.
Good evening, class.
Good evening.
All praises be to Yahweh, Father. Thank you for the things that we have learned thus far. Having blessed us with the things that we need to know, bless us with understanding. And as I said, all praises be to the Father, Yahweh Elohim Yahshua. These things we ask in the name of Yahshua Messiah. Let us all say,
Hallelujah. Good evening.
I'll be reading Genesis 1 and 2 in the King James Version. Dr. Philip Lloyd.
All right.
Good evening, class.
Good evening.
Attributes are intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, well-being, justice, foundation, and strength. Upper deck, middle deck, and lower deck. Multiple place, fully place, courtroom bus.
Right,
Aviation, chest reading, development reading.
right. Right.
Yeshua let the people put him on the cross because he wanted to fulfill. Our third speaker, Dr. Amber Hughes.
All right.
Yes.
Good evening, class.
Good evening.
Yahweh Spirit,
My turn.
he took on shape and form of a cloud. Because the cloud has no particular shape or form. And that shows that Yahweh can be whatever he wants to be. And then Yahweh took on the 9 major attributes, which are intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power, and strength.
That's right.
That's all I have to say.
Yes, thank you.
teach by the children which are Yahweh, Yahweh and Yahshua, not by the possibilities of the Lord God Jesus Christ.
Come on, Sean.
The most holy place lies in the early region. Holy place lies in Jesse region. And the court lies that lies in the
Right, right.
Come on.
All right.
I'd like the next speaker to be Dr. Danielle Miles.
All right.
Intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power, and strength. Region, church region, and adopted region.
Right.
Each clear one.
Right.
Holy place, once holy place, holy place, and the court round about.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua. These not by the prophet alone, but Lord, just God, and Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's all I have to say. Our next speaker is Dr. Adam Gutierrez.
They keep an eye on that dude.
You class.
Yeah.
Intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power, and strength. Don't forget, smell that, all of that. Just stay on that. know, like the domino is. Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua. He is the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
All right.
That's all I have.
All right.
Don't drop.
Our next speaker is Dr. Carla Edwards. I request Dr. Timothy would like to speak.
Come on.
In the Garden of Eden, Yahweh told Eve not to pick a olive tree, and Satan appeared and said, if you pick the olive tree, then you will be as smart as Yahweh. And Eve picked it, and when she picked it, she didn't realize what bad thing she had done. And she took it home to her husband, and they were drunk. Noah got a vision from Yahweh that it was going to rain. And he started telling everybody that it was going to rain, and they were raised in the garden before.
That's right.
So no one believed him. And once it started raining, people were pounding at the door trying to get in. No one didn't open it, and we wanted to. Yahweh had a silver trap.
That's right.
Numbers 48 and 49.
That's right.
Stephen had a vision from Yahweh, and he started preaching to everybody about Yahweh and what he had told Stephen. And one day he was just sitting down preaching, and everybody got stones and threw at him. But before the first stone hit him, Elohim appeared, and he said, "Behold, I see Elohim."
Yes.
He took off his body.
That's right.
Dr. Christina Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
My next speaker is Dr. Gabriel Gutierrez. Good evening, class.
Good evening.
I like to clarify two things that what they say. Can you please get me Genesis, the 16th, the first chapter, 16th verse.
Genesis 1:16. And Yahweh Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
Okay. In our class, they say that in our class at school, they said that the light from the sun reflects off the earth and goes to the moon at night, but that's not true. In there it says he made two great lights.
That's right.
Not one great light that stills from the other light.
That's right.
And one rules the day and the other rules the night.
That's right.
And can you please get me Genesis, the second chapter, 7th verse.
Genesis 2:7. And Yahweh Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
In church, they say that he made him from the mud,
Right.
and the slime. He didn't make him from the mud or slime. Yahweh created himself from his own likeness and image, and they're not from no slime or ooze or anything.
That's right.
And can you please get me Acts, 2nd chapter, 17th verse.
Acts 2nd chapter, 17th verse. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
Where does it say that he'll pour out his Holy Spirit? Yeah, Acts 2:17. Oh, well, he said, he's out there that teach that that you don't have the Holy Spirit, and that you need to be baptized and all that. But over here, as we know, when Yahshua got baptized here by John the Baptist, it's true that he was the only person who was still alive that should baptize anyway. He was the only one that had the divine right and knowledge.
That's right.
And Yahshua was the only one that had to be baptized. When you're born, you don't have to be baptized because you don't have any, you're in a pure spirit state. You're not corrupted in the world and doing drugs or anything. You're just pure spirit. You don't know anything but Yahweh at that state.
That's right.
And when he came over here, plus that, he put all that to death. So we wouldn't have to perform those rules.
That's right.
But then out there, they say, are you better than Jesus? No, I'm Yahweh himself in a body.
All right. That's right.
No.
Another month.
Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua. Those are the two current names of our school. Lord God and Jesus Christ are the false and erroneous renderings of the true current name.
That's right.
They went to Vatican City and they told them, why don't you crucify these names? And they said, it's more profitable to teach in the name of the Lord God and Jesus Christ.
That's right.
And the Jehovah's Witnesses, when we asked them, they say because that's a more accepted name. Can you read for me that one where it says, this is my name for all generations?
Exodus, the 3rd chapter. And the 15th verse. And Yahweh Elohim said, moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Yahweh thy Elohim, Yahweh the Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
No, he didn't say, this is my name until you find another one that you can replace it with.
Right.
He didn't say that this is my name until you figure out a more acceptable name. So this is my name for all generations, that means until the end of time and further even.
That's right.
Most of the place, the whole place in the front round about, that was the Ark of the Covenant that Yahweh gave by
Divine instruction.
instructions for them to build this.
Right.
Just like he gave Noah the instructions to build this ark.
That's right.
And over here in the world, they're saying was build a house for Jesus. But they say he's so high you can't get over him. He's so low you can't get under him. How are they going to build a house for Jesus?
I don't know the boy.
So down here, there were tribes, and each of them had a banner. And that was a tribe's name, or that was a tribe's sign. And they had an E for the eagle, the L for the lion, the O for the ox, and placing man for him.
Right.
And that all together spelled out
and stuff. They're too busy sitting down and standing up to look at the Bible and see what's really in there.
That's right.
They're speaking in tongues, and they don't even know what they're saying. But they should look in the Bible and see what's in there. They just let what he's saying, they just take it to heart and think it's for real. Just because he says he comes in the name of God. But how many people are in the newspapers and preachers and stuff that say they're in the name of God, and they turn out to be fake, raping people and killing people. And they still believe it, like that guy, what's his name? Baker. Yeah, he paid a hooker. And she came on television. And then now he's out of jail. And he's saying, Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me, for I've committed this great sin. And people want to go back with him now just because he said, oh, Lord, forgive me. Well, at Lord, as they call it, how do they know Lord forgave him?
Very good, Gabriel.
Everything in this universe is threefold, and it goes by a threefold pattern. This Ark of the Covenant was threefold, and so was your body. You have a head region, a chest region, and a abdominal region. That's threefold, but it makes up one body. You have your finger. Your finger is the upper part, the middle part, and the lower part. It makes up one finger. It isn't upper part, the middle part, and the lower part, and your fingers all split up into pieces. It's just one finger.
Right.
Over here in the garden, Yahweh made a man, and he said, I'll make it in my likeness and my image. So he made it in his likeness and his image. That means he had to have the Holy Spirit. And then he had to have what Yahweh had in him. So therefore he was Yahweh.
That's right.
All right.
They built this Tower of Babel after the flood, and saying that they could get higher than Yahweh where he couldn't touch them. But Yahweh is everything.
That's right.
He could easily shift the earth and knock that thing down.
That's right.
But he told them, you put all that mess up, you take all that mess down.
Yes, sir.
He made them take it down by themselves.
That's right.
And he confused their tongue. And as Mama said, they found parts of it still left there. No, because it was all taken down.
That's right.
He didn't leave any little pieces. When you're in the gospel, he didn't leave any little pieces of his brain. God this and God that. Over here at the I forgot what it's called. Yeah, in Egypt, Passover feast. They had bitter herbs in their unleavened bread.
Yes, sir.
They had bitter herbs because the law was bread and unleavened bread because he had not yet risen.
Right.
And they struck the blood on the side post and on the breast of the door.
Yes.
They didn't go getting a paintbrush and making a little red painting. They struck it. You can't smear nails into a person.
That's right.
And I was reading down over here, I was pointing to over here, and on a crucifixion,
Yes.
where they struck
The nail.
the nails into his hands.
That's right.
And then the limb they got had to be the first limb of the flock.
Yes, sir.
Just as he was the first limb of the flock.
That's right.
were just struggling. I was like, he was up there all day. He had to keep his legs up, or else when he fell, when he slept, he would suffocate. And he was up there all day, and they said, and at the end of the day, he was ready to go down. And they said, oh, just for fun, they stabbed him in the side, and they were spitting at him and stuff. And he said,
Right there.
Forgive me, forgive them.
yeah, he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
That's right.
And he said, make them one as you and I are. And that didn't mean make them like me. That meant make them together in peace and harmony as you and I are.
All right.
And he didn't, when they were taking him over there to the cross, he wasn't spitting at him and saying, you fools, do you know what you're doing? He just said, so you say. And they took him down there and they crucified him. And he didn't even know what he had done. He just said, so you say. And they crucified him, but it was for a purpose and a plan. And that's all I have to say.
All right.
Intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power, and strength.
Yes, sir.
Those are 9 major attributes. We have 9 systems because there are 9 major attributes.
Right.
Yahweh told Noah to build the ark. It was threefold: upper deck, middle deck, and lower deck. It had 1 window and 1 door to show that he was, Yahweh was the light and he was the next.
That's right.
It rained 40 days and 40 nights. And when it was all done, they landed on Mount Ararat. Then sent out the raven first, and then come back because it fed off their carcasses. And second time he sent on the dove, which came back with nothing. And then the third time sent on another dove, came back with an olive branch. And fourth time the dove didn't come back.
That's right.
Yahweh made a rainbow to show that he would flood the world again. It was red at the beginning and red at the end.
Yes, sir.
But they still disobeyed and made the Tower of Babel. And Yahweh made them take it down. They're confusing their tongues.
That's right.
This holy place, and the court round about. These 3 are one. Tabernacle. Head region, chest region, and abdominal region. These are one body.
That's right.
Forgot to say that the attributes are in you. Like intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power.
Right.
Joshua waited 4 days to raise up Lazarus, because on the 4th day Yahweh made the sun, and he was the sun.
That's right.
Yahshua was the sun. Jonah, Yahweh told Jonah to go to Nineveh, but he goes, oh man. And bought a ticket to a ship place.
That's all right.
And, so they started sailing and the water started to get rough. And then they asked, why is this happening? But Jonah didn't speak up. But the water started to get rougher. And they said, why is this happening to you? And then finally Jonah spoke up and said, it's my fault. I'm the one who disobeyed. And he asked them to throw him off the ship. Yahweh had already created great fish.
Right, right.
Because he gave me this. They cast lots and he got the small. So they threw him overboard and the fish swallowed him. He was in there for 3 days and 2 nights.
That's right.
And asked Yahweh to let him go. And the fish just let him out. Right. Came up on land. But he found a seaway. And his head just like down floated.
That's right.
There was a question during lunch. During school, they asked, what is it like Yahweh or God, as they called it, and respectful? And I said, us. And they go,
What is the question?
what is just like God or Yahweh, as we and they said, well, what is respectful? He does whatever he would say. And I said, us. And and then the answer was dog, because, he do what you say, and he's respectful. And then I go,
Right on, Kev.
I knew my answer was right. He always said he was going to build the temple in 3 days, but he was about the temple.
Alright.
Temple inside. Around the tabernacle there was animals. The eagle for eating, the lion for bell, and the oaks for ox.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sometimes you get up here and you forget what you're going to say. And then you get back there and say, oh.
Happens all over.
Yahweh told Moses to go to Mount Sinai with his 70 elders and went on top of the mountain. And Yahweh gave 10 commandments, which had 7 on one side and 2 on the other.
Right.
And, one of them was, you shouldn't worship anything else but me, my Yahweh. But they were worshiping the golden calf. Yahweh was going to send it on place, but Moses said no. He didn't do that. Me and my mom have been working on how to line them up. I've been having some burn the land, just like your intestines burns up the food. And the brazen laver would wash away the blood of food, just like James says. And I think the candlestick lined up the over because 7 branches.
Right.
And the table of shewbread was because it pumped 12 pints of blood.
Right.
The heart.
That's right. That's right.
The altar of incense. The air.
The lungs.
On the pillars. And the Ark of the Covenant contained I want to speak about the angels first. The messengers, Michael and Gabriel, and the messengers, just like the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere.
That's right.
One does the action and one does the There was a movie about 2 years ago called Yahshua, but it was Jesus of Nazareth.
Uh-huh.
I learned a lot about how he was born and everything. The star, there was a star above that these men were supposed to follow. And they had presents, right? The Pharaoh didn't approve of it, but they still did anyway. And after we were born, right when the star would stop, they knew that he was there. And they gave the presents Yahshua. He was born. He wouldn't be crucified, yet he carried it there. Imagine having to carry something like that. Yahweh, Elohim, Yahshua. These 3 names. Father, Lord, Son, and Holy Spirit. So that's Yahweh. And we don't keep blood, Lord's blood, Jesus Christ. See, I don't get it when they say that there's God and they have, in reading we have to learn about Mercury and volcanoes and all them. But God's right there and he said, huh? Well, there was only one.
Right.
All right.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, how could that be? Moses, he was right here, tending father's sheep. And Yahweh came as a vision, so the bush wasn't really on fire. To him it was. It was a vision.
All right.
Oh, we got this new Bible trivia game.
Uh-huh.
And we even got the children's one, they asked hard ones. There was this one where we were finding it said, who uses a whip when he was 12 years old to move the, drive the people out of
Joshua died, they put him in caves, and then they rolled a stone in front of it. I think they knew that he'd come back or something.
Mm-hmm.
And in 3 days, he came back and he saw Mary was on tomb because somebody took his body.
Yeah.
And Mary was crying, and Joshua said, "Why are you crying?" And Mary says, well, she wasn't looking at him. She goes, "Because my son has died, and somebody has took his body."
Mm-hmm.
And then she looked back and she saw Joshua.
That's
And
right.
then Joshua told Mary to go spread the word that he was alive. And Mary was so happy she went crazy.
Yeah, spicy that one.
Sometimes we visit lunch. Probably when we say, I ask them, "Do you know the tabernacle?" And they go, "What?"
Finish your thought.
And they say, "What?" And I say, "Do you know the record of heaven?" They go, "Not in that." And I say, "That's where they're judging me."
That's right.
And I say, "Do you really have 9 attributes?" They go,
Dr. Barrymore has an announcement. Bring an announcement in the chapter and before. We'd like to thank all the speakers for speaking, and I'll ask Pastor, the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Glenn.
Thank you. I am very happy tonight, and I saw the new. And you know, a lot of times I get depressed and wrestling with this wickednesses in the world, trying to get people to turn away before it's eternally too late. And then seeing the little ones are able to speak something that is real, and everlasting, a lot of encouragement. And if you notice, one after the other, that didn't have too much to say, they all began in the crowd.
Yes.
And it's just like anything else, or the founder would say, if a child can understand, what's the matter with you grown folks?
That's right.
Now, you know, I'm trying to write a pamphlet that's turned into a book. And the more I fool with it, the more I see how many things have just been mistranslated, purest phrases, and misinterpretations in your life. So much so that the founder has said, wrong textbook, that he wrote the Bible has been sabotaged. So we want to make every effort to try to correct. Because this, as far as I'm concerned, is the last thing that we as a body can do. To set in order the things that Yahweh has declared from the beginning. There will be a new statement on the cover page, which I've gotten tired of reading. But my reason I bring it up is that I hope we are conscious of the fact that we're living in a time where the greatest vision and revelation ever given to a man. We're sitting here witnessing the greatest vision and revelation ever given. Which shows that, as we said in the book that I'm writing on this word, that Moses' vision encounters other visions. But the one we're receiving encounters all of them. There is no other vision or revelation to come to. And that's why you hear me say, if you mess this up, you're throwing away the only hope. You follow? You now know things that if you were to draw it out, and I'll just try to explain because I want to move along. Well, it's just as you come down the chart here, as far as man history, I'm not talking about the crazy, but as far as the vision, all Noah got was from here to here. Then Abraham, he got from here to here. Then when Moses came in, it was the first time Yahweh took him all the way back. You see? You follow? And even at the time when Moses, first time in the mountain, the first part of his vision was another third time in the mountain. His vision and revelation was cut off after he saw his own birth. If I can say it that way. In other words, I'm trying to give you an idea of how it has progressed. And Yahweh has kept his promise to always reveal himself in a man. Because that's who the man is. You follow? So then, this vision and revelation that we're talking about encompasses, are you listening now? Encompasses before this creation, during this creation, and ages yet to come.
All right.
It's really, when we say panoramic, it doesn't really touch it. It's the most stupendous revelation, I'm repeating, that has ever been given to a man, and we are blessed.
Yes, sir.
You see, to have heart with it.
That's right.
And we should be careful and mindful of how we conduct ourselves in every fashion, because all the pitfalls that Satan can come up with, they've been tried and failed. So, I know that we're no match for him as when it comes to natural things. So, but if we stay in the bosom of the Father, he can't touch it. And I wanted Margaret's letter, I've been bringing it several times, but I wanted, if we put down her address in Mississippi, maybe some of you that have a few minutes, sit down, just pin her letter of encouragement. I know how she feels, and I know how others feel that have been exposed to this, and want to become an intricate part of it, and something always seems to hinder or obstruct, or even if they begin to speak it, they're rejected. You follow?
That's right.
It's a hard thing to accept as men and women.
That's right.
Because anyone would recognize that I don't care what educational institution you've been to, the things that are taught here are far beyond man's education.
That's right.
So you can't give the founder, you can't give me, you can't give the little ones, you can't give nobody the credit for having figured this out. You see? Which is a clue that it had to come from a Yahweh that has loved us enough to reveal himself to us. You understand that? You see? Now, it's not to be taken lightly. And listen, though the world seems in turmoil, people are right now trying to find out who to elect, you see, and all this kind of stuff, and hurricanes, tornadoes, and whatever. You see, you haven't begun to see the righteousness that shall reign. You see? But it's just like righteousness could not reign until after all of this had taken place. And this, believe me, this shook up the world more than people think it did. You know? And he didn't necessarily have to be in this part of the country to shake it up. Whatever he done, it went worldwide. Now, what we were into Sunday, we were after taking the pattern and proving its divine authenticity, accuracy, and infallibility, that Yahweh might manifest himself amongst those that desire to know. You know what I mean by that? Now, as I've said over and over again, and it may sound like a pig, but this doctrine will deliver you from a lot of heartache.
Yes, right.
What you have to do is understand it and account that Yahweh. You follow? Well, like in Margaret's case, she's concerned about what the people are going to think. You see, if she leaves her father.
Right.
You follow?
Right.
See, all it is Satan put these things in front of us.
That's right.
You see? Now, to someone that doesn't understand it like we do,
Right.
you see, those are hard sayings.
That's right.
Then you be accused of saying, we promoted her to walk believer, her natural father. We don't have no love. We don't have no, you follow?
Right.
But listen, your father, you, the whole world, you understand, is subject to face his universal revelation. Now what are you going to do?
That's right. Right.
You cannot say to Yahweh at that time, I would have but. You see, what do you think the patriots and we here, you see, as much suffering as we have done to gain one little iota of understanding?
That's right.
Yes.
You follow me? We've held fast. We've been tempted. You follow me? You understand?
Yes.
By many things.
Right.
Tempted almost to cuss one another out or whatever. But we had stormed the weather. You understand? So we've made it. And the waters are beginning to calm down. You see, wherein that we can now begin to sit and really grow in our understanding. But it's just like anything else. Satan must go before Yahweh will erect anything. So, that day shall not come except there come a falling way first. And that man that opposes and exalts himself, this is 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, where I'm quoting. The founder didn't know until all that he thought he knew was gotten rid of. So, then after Yahweh showed him, he went back and read this same thing he quoted by heart, and it did not read the same.
That's right.
You see? Now that's the problem in the world now. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Is you read, if you do read, you don't understand what you're reading. This is not a fraud. What you've got to recognize is these men wrote from divine inspiration.
Right.
What I mean when I say that? Yahweh appeared to them, and in their feeble attempt are trying to write in words some of them. You understand?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The magnificence of Yahweh manifested himself to them. They tried to put that on a piece of paper or scroll back there in the day. You follow? There's none of us that can get up here and tell you how accurate this testimony of Yahweh is in us. All we can do is do as he's done, show forth types and shadows to prove that we do believe. But believe me, it's far beyond that. You see? It's more to it than that. It's a matter of life and death.
That's right.
You see? And I've said this before and I repeat it. These little people sitting here look like a bunch of idiots as far as the world is concerned. Go around talking about that Yahweh in the Bible. You see? You know how out of your mind as far as the world has to looks at you, how far your mind has to be? Why? Because this is a dogma that's in the world that we've always separated ourselves from Yahweh. And that's what the Bible says. We're going to have to come to the absolute understanding that we are inseparable from Yahweh.
That's right.
The closeness, the oneness, that is the preaching of the gospel.
That's right.
You follow? This that you're wearing is going to pass.
That's right.
You see? But that is in you, the knowledge, the wisdom, you follow, shall last from the wisdom. Look, Benjamin Franklin, let me give you an example. Benjamin Franklin, I think it is accredited for bringing in electric light. You see? According to history. That's somewhere near around. Thomas Edison, whoever. You know what I'm talking about. In other words, now he's been dead I don't know how long. But we don't even know what he looked like.
Right.
But he left the knowledge, you see, and they have grown in that knowledge. That's what I'm trying to get to see. So what Yahweh brought into being for the edification of whole mankind, though he's dead, is still going on. You see? You follow me? And all inventions of that way, you understand? And if you go back and you check any invention, you see, it's not really invented. It's through miss and try, they looked upon it. You see? You follow? You understand what I'm saying? In other words, Yahweh was always showing that even they could not take the credit for their invention. You see? It was him that caused them through trial and error. Or something like with the telephone, he spilled some acid over on something, and that's what did it. But you follow? So he can't really take the credit for setting up lines of communication, because Yahweh is the one that communicates. That's right. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. So though those men be accredited for having given these inventions, you see, though they're gone, that Yahweh brought in the world through them is still with us.
Yes, sir.
Did that make sense?
Yes.
And that's what we want this doctrine to do. That once you pass through this veil of tears, go out of the flesh, that you are will remain with Yahweh forever.
Yes, sir.
See?
Yes, sir.
But be mindful, you've got the adversary that knows nothing about Yahweh, that has convinced the world, and it's prophesied that he would do it. That he would open his mouth and speak great swelling words. You see that? And Yahshua would warn and said, there are many false prophets that have gone out, but they shall deceive a couple or two or three. So they shall deceive men. So now now that you see the workings of Yahweh, you ought to be able to see what Satan has done. You see? And he can't do that unless Yahweh gives him power to do it. Get it now? You follow? But this knowledge you got is the power to take that out of the world.
That's right.
Yes.
You see? And set up immortality. Now, we'll go back, we'll condescend a little bit. And come into this pattern what we were talking about. Now here's what I have begun to become aware of even more. In the school and out of the school. That people do not comprehend or have not yet comprehended what Yahshua was doing.
That's true, man.
You see? They have no idea what he was doing. He was born, and when he performed miracles, he was a miracle worker. You understand? In fact, that's why many followed him.
That's right.
Was because of the so-called miracles he did.
Right, yes.
You follow me? And I said so-called miracles Because nobody looks at the miraculous structure of the universe in the sum total. You want a miracle? That was it. You see? I mean, cream water. You see? You follow me? And the oceans and whatever, the moon and stars, the empire, you know what I'm saying? Those are things you can't describe in words. But when he came along and told the water, calm down after you created, that's easy. But the problem was breathing. You get it now? You see? So all these things are just something for us to come to that, yes, there is a divine order and a father of someone.
That's right.
You see? And I said this, I look for God, as I formerly thought his name was, when I'm from a young child up. You see? Not that I was all that holy or any better than anybody else, but I always wanted to know. You get it now? And when other kids were out playing ball, I was studying. I went to a prayer meeting. And I just couldn't understand, what are they talking about? And never suspected that what I was looking for was in my Father.
All right.
And the same thing was in my Father, was in me and everybody. I mean, that has kept me debased to this day. So, now, so what we're trying to set forth is to show you that all these things that the young ones told you about, you see, let me have Ephesians 1, 9, and 10 again.
Ephesians 1, 9, and 10.
Now this is a brief analysis of what Yahweh's purpose is. You see?
Right.
Read.
Having made known unto us the mystery of his will.
Now why? See, it wasn't an ark.
No.
It wasn't a door and a window. It wasn't that it was black, inside and out. It wasn't that. People have known that all along. You follow? It wasn't that he made a man. That's what you've been.
Right.
You understand? So laid down in all these types and shadows was a mystery.
That's right.
You follow?
Yeah.
You follow me so far?
Yes.
The mystery being that he's the door to immortality.
All right.
You follow me? The darkness is his secret chamber.
That's right.
You follow? You must be in that knowledge to be saved.
That's right.
Right. Very good.
That's what it's telling you. To get from this age of the present kingdom age over into immortality. You see? You have to be in the ark of safety.
Yes.
As they were in this natural ark.
That's right. That's right.
Yahweh made a covenant with the man, not an ark.
That's right.
Right.
Speak it.
You get it now? But these things were to give you the clues. Somebody said, well, why didn't Yahweh do all that? Because it pleased him. You follow me? And what are you going to do about it? If it pleased him, it should please you.
That's right.
If you understand who you are. You see? And Paul said, for who has known the Spirit? It says mine in the Bible. But who has known the Spirit of Yahweh that he might instruct him as to why you did this?
Right.
You see? You follow me? If he hadn't done it, you wouldn't have a question. Read.
Having made known unto us the mystery of his will. According to his good pleasure.
You see, according to his good pleasure. Now, see, back here, well, if you go here, see, he wasn't revealing it.
Yes.
You understand? To the appointed time when he gave it to the man. Do you understand that? He didn't reveal it all the way down until he got to the man.
That's right.
You get it now? So now here we come down after the transgression, you see? And I'm not talking about a transgression unto death.
All right.
I'm talking about a transgression that brought the kingdom down. You see, that's why Messiah said, pray like this man, our Father which art in heaven, thy kingdom come on earth.
Yes.
Listen, as it is, where? In heaven. Not the kingdom come on earth, so it'd be an earthly kingdom. You understand?
Yeah.
Let the kingdom be on earth, you see, in you, just like it is in heaven.
That's good.
You see? Now when you read, they say Jesus come back and set up a kingdom on earth. That isn't what he said.
That's right.
You got it? Read.
Having made known unto us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure.
Now his good pleasure was, I'll just say it in condensed. His good pleasure was to reveal it on the day of Pentecost.
All right.
You see? Now the prophet said this concerning that. There was no way you could wrestle a secret out of it.
Right.
You see? He wasn't going to tell you why I had this heart made like this.
Right.
See? I don't care how good, I don't care how sincere you were. You follow me? He said, well, can you let me in on it for the day you're going to reveal? You follow me? According to his good pleasure. Now there's something about it. How can I say? It wasn't that he just desired to keep a thing a secret.
Right.
You follow?
Yes, sir.
But he appointed a day because in that day there would be many. You see? That he would gather unto himself.
Yes.
You see? And they all have to be gathered at the same time.
All right. Very good.
When you go out to harvest anything, you want to gather all the harvest you got that has come into fruition. Right?
Yes.
You don't want to harvest part of it
That's right.
and let the rest rot.
No, right.
You see? So now that's him harvesting or tilling the soil
Yeah.
all the way down. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? To the appointed time into which he was going to reveal what the mystery was.
Very good.
Read.
According to his good pleasure.
Now you got some idea about his good pleasure. You see? And all of it has to line up where you can see it. You can understand it. You follow me? Which brings me to say this. Faith comes from hearing.
Yes.
Somebody said, well, faith comes from going reading about it. No! Your Bible doesn't say that. Faith comes from hearing, and that by what?
By the word.
Then you just stop right there, go back and get it. I want Jim and David to understand. What we talking about?
You want John 1:1.
1:1. See, somebody, here's what you see in church. I'm going to find this thing while I fall. Now, I'll use this as a Bible, since they're going to read it.
Let's see what the Word of God says. Open your Bible to hymns or you're going to find out what the Word of God, and even the Word of God, erroneously, is not in your Bible.
That's right.
You see? You have no idea of the deity you're talking about. In the beginning,
That's right.
listen to me. In the beginning was the Word.
That's right.
The Word was with Yahweh. The Word was Yahweh. Get it now?
Yes.
And before anything was, He was there.
Yes.
That's the Word.
All right.
You see? The name is Elohim.
Yes.
Get it now? And the Word was made flesh. Yahshua. And dwelt amongst us. You follow?
Yes, sir.
So when you say, let's see what the Word, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's right.
You see? Do you understand what it means now? We just have no idea how stupid and ignorant we really are.
Right.
As the founder said, many times we ask so-called intelligent questions and it reveals how stupid you are.
Yes.
So faith comes from hearing. Are you listening now? I'm tying it together. Faith comes from hearing, and that by the Word.
Right.
Then that means it has to be the Holy Spirit in a man.
Right.
You understand? Teaching you, or you'll never have no faith.
That's right.
That's
Right.
Good.
It doesn't come from reading and chanting.
No.
Very good.
No, what you say? I don't know. Listen, Yahweh set up language. So when he's speaking an unknown tongue, damn right. Don't nobody know what you're doing. You know? So when he knows who you're talking to, yeah, he knows you're not You follow me? All these things have become superstition and rooted, and we're grounded in it, and we hate to just say, I went wrong. That's all it takes. You follow me? To be baptized in water. Listen to me. You had to confess that you were wrong.
That's right.
To be baptized by the Holy Spirit, you're going to have to confess you were wrong.
That's right.
Yes.
See? That's the only way we're going to get it.
That's right.
And as I said, no, none of us here. We got people here that went to college. I'm one.
That's right.
You see, several times. He got degrees.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where they at, so don't ask me for them. You see? But in the college courses I took, they didn't explain none of this.
No, sir.
Right.
So then you can begin to see that the knowledge we have here, it is not taught by me.
That's right. That's right.
Men don't know it.
That's right. That's right. All right.
You
That's
see?
right.
He just does something, simply doesn't know. Now Yahweh lets you try to figure it out, and try to figure out that when you say, I give up, that's when he says, come here.
That's right. That's right.
Then he don't have no more problem with you thinking, well, I figured it out. I'll be damned you did.
That's right. That's right.
You see? Now, I don't mean after you begin to learn, if things begin to open up and you say, I'm not talking about that.
Right.
But he has to first open your understanding. Then he'll increase. You get it now?
All right.
That's right.
Then in that state you begin to work, you begin to know, rather, that Yahweh is with you.
That's right.
He's communicating with you within, showing you how this fits with that. Isn't that the same thing? Yeah. Isn't that? See? Then you begin to say, hey, that same Yahweh that revealed this and now communicating with me. And that's what we're trying to get across to you.
That's right.
We want Yahweh himself to communicate with you.
That's right.
Get it there? That's it. You understand? As far as the world is concerned, it's a matter of absolute impossibility. Because they don't understand the simplicity of where Yahweh is dwelling.
That's right.
You see? So now faith, I'm repeating, let me go back. Faith comes from hearing. Then what is faith? Faith is a substance.
Right.
It's the evidence of things not seen. You see? And things hoped for. As Paul went on to say, if you see it, why would you hope for it?
That's right.
I hope that we have a bell here. That is not hope. You got one. You see, but if you have no bell and no way of getting it, and say you just have faith and hope that one will come, you see, that whatever means, you see, then that's faith. You see? You see? So then Yahweh answered your faith in him by producing or bringing about a bell through some means. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And I don't mean to imply it dropped down out of heaven.
No, that's right.
There's no bells in heaven.
All right.
You understand? People say, well, I'm praying for the Lord to drop down some money. There ain't nothing there. You see? The makeup of heaven and angels are the richest therein.
All right.
You see? And there can't be bought nor sold.
That's right.
Read.
Having made known unto us the mystery of his will,
See that?
according to his good pleasure,
According to his good pleasure. I tried to explain that. Read.
which he hath purposed in himself.
See where he purposed it? He purposed it in himself. Now, if you're going to get it, he's going to have to reveal it.
All right.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
You see? That's the why we say, no, we have no way of figuring out, though you read the Davidic story, the Noahic story, the Abrahamic stories, and the rest of them. You see? They're just stories.
That's right.
And what we do in Christendom is we recite them, and they say, I can just imagine. We don't want no imagination. Paul says, casting down imagination. Right? And everything that exalts itself above the knowledge of Yahweh and brings it into what? Total disobedience. Get it now? That's what those attributes are in you. You see, they're the things that cause your body to function and operate. those are things that warn you when something is amiss. Because you cannot divide intelligence from wisdom or knowledge.
All right.
You can't say, well, that's wisdom and knowledge, because they function as a unity.
Right.
Get it now? Love, beauty, and justice, they function. You can't say, well, that's love and not justice. You couldn't discern it that way. They work as a unity.
All right.
So does foundation and unfriend. You see? And they just blend into the marvelous or spiritual working of your inner man while you yet walk.
Go ahead.
Read.
That in the dispensation of the fullness of time.
That in the dispensation of the fullness of time. Now watch. I'm going to do it this way because I want to move. See, what a world is a period of time from the beginning of it to the end of it. Now, on the chart, it's from Adam down to the flood. That's the world. You get it now? But there was a dispensation. So a dispensation is a period of time in the world.
All right.
You get it now? So that in the fullness of dispensations and what?
The fullness of time.
And fullness of time. You see what I mean? Now, see this from the flood down to Moses was not always the dispensation of the law.
Right.
You see? You follow? There was a dispensation of the Abrahamic promise.
That's right.
Yet it was still in the same world that Joshua was born in. Get it now? So this is a period of time when the promise was effective. You see that now? There was a period of time when the law stood. You understand? That's right dividing. You see that in the ages and fullness of dispensation of time. See that now? You see? Read.
He might gather together in one.
He might gather together in one.
All things in the Messiah.
All things in the Messiah.
Yes.
Now you've seen it tonight. Every child that got up here told you, you see, it may look like this child saying the same thing as that. This one said, well, we just heard that kid say this. But you begin to see they all started in the cloud and then every one of them had the same testimony.
Yes.
See that? Yes. So why? Because it's the same spirit in every one of them.
All right.
You see? But you could have said, well, that one said that. That's the one that doesn't keep the same. But what you should have looked at is they all begin to have the same testimony. See? They all begin to speak with one mind and one spirit. You see that?
That's right.
And if they could go that far with the little things they did, you see, it's the stepping stone to the conclusion. You understand?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So I knew, I said, and I looked at the night, Elizabeth is the first of my grandchildren born in the class.
That's right.
And Kevin is the first grandson born in the class. Both of them spoke.
That's right.
So I'm saying it makes me feel good.
That's right.
That the first boy and the first child are able to get up and teach something that Grandpa has taught.
That's right.
And their great-grandfather, the founder, would be very proud
That's right.
that we are.
Yes.
And that's all of us. The doctrine for us to pass it on so Yahweh decides to take it up. His testimony must be in the world at all times. You see that? Read.
That in the dispensation of the fullness of time, he might gather together in one.
Now what? Now see, he can't say that on earth if he didn't have heaven first. See, he gathered them all up in this one.
Right.
That's in the heaven. He gathered everything up in Adam.
Yes, sir.
See? Now what did that show you? That when he spoke to Moses in this form,
Yes.
he said he was the Elohim of Abraham. That's one. Isaac, two, and Jacob. Just like he'll tell you about this pattern. See that now?
All right.
You follow? And he also went on to tell you that though he was the Elohim, he was also Yahweh.
Yes.
He was the angel. You see what I mean? He was Yahshua. You understand? He was the redeemer. No, he was all gathered up in that one angel.
Yes.
You see that?
That's right.
You follow? So it showed that he'd already gathered them up. You see that? The angel, and in other words, if this is in this, let me say it when you do. If Elohim is in Adam, you see, Elohim is the angel that is in Adam, the man.
That's right.
So this shows right there, he's already together. You understand? There's the angel and man one. You see that?
Right, yeah.
So he's just going to, this will draw it out on earth and prove it.
Yes.
See that?
Wow.
That's why I always taught you, begin here first. You see? If you begin here, if you know what this is, then this took on a shape and a form called the word or Elohim. And he's creating by that, then how did you get that this is stupid? You understand?
Right.
Because you're not creating by the pattern, you understand, that he introduced them to. You understand?
Very good.
Yes, sir.
You come up with something like they just said, grace passed by him. Well, listen, you don't understand, it couldn't pass by him. He had to transform into it.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
And so that's something that a lot of schools don't know, that he's transforming.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't.
You see, as he's narrating
Right.
the vision, slow down the creation, the Moses, as he's saying, let there be, whatever he's saying, that body's transforming into that. That's why John is saying, without him, there was nothing made.
Yes.
It took him transforming into it to be that. You see, then the prophet said, he spake, and the sign followed, and stood fast. So when he said, let this day be, it stayed, he moved to the next one. See, right on down through creation. And each one of them stayed in position.
Exactly.
See,
Right now. Yes.
that Moses' vision might be complete concerning how he created the heaven and earth.
All right.
It's something else. Idiots in here? Well, anyhow, move.
That in the dispensation of the fullness of time, he might gather together in one all things in the Messiah, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him.
See, now, if Adam had not been him on earth, there would be no way
Right.
for him to gather them back. You see? It is not that they left.
Right.
What has happened is after Adam, man lost consciousness.
Right.
According to his purpose, that he was one with Yahweh. You see that? Let me show you this. Do you remember being in your mama? Don't lie and say yes. You see? But after a mother gives birth, then she knows what it was like for you as a child to come forth from your mother. You see that? But it takes you being in that adult state, you see, to begin to procreate or have offspring, to begin to understand what mother is.
Yes.
Get it now? You follow? Now, finish reading it. Read on. No, I tell you, well, let's go to 9th chapter here. I got about 20 minutes.
Then verily the first covenant had also ordered.
Now, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's get it right. Because the children talked about it. See, now, this tabernacle, you see, even they that built it didn't know how it lined up with their body.
Right.
You see?
That's right.
They didn't know, as we're able to explain here, that as that cloud descended from the top of the mountain and made its grand entry into the tabernacle, we didn't know how to say that was Yahweh making his grand entry into the man Adam.
Right. That's right.
See, that was the mystery that, you understand, that nobody knew.
That's right.
See, now we know he made a man, or we suspect it anyhow. You see, or give a God a credit for having made a man.
Yeah.
You see? You understand? But we don't know why he did it.
That's right.
All right.
You see? And we find out through the tabernacle pattern, he made a man that he might dwell.
That's right.
You see? In his own creation.
Very good.
See that? And been doing that ever since he made the man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? You follow me so far? Now, what I want is Exodus 25:4.
All right.
Then go to Hebrews 8:5, then go to 9.
Exodus 25:40. And look, that thou make them after their pattern, which was showed thee in the
Now
mount.
see that, now what are we after here? This is not Moses saying, you know, Yahweh brought us out of the land of Egypt. We're going to do something nice for him. How about the tabernacle? You can't get some votes on that. See, that is not how this came into being. See that now? You go, Yahweh Elohim showed him.
Yes, sir.
Now why? It's important to what I want to say. He didn't say, Moses, make me a tabernacle. Moses could have said, even in that, said, what's a tabernacle? You got it now?
Yes.
He didn't tell Noah, make me an ark. Noah could have said, what's an ark?
That's a good point.
Get it now? When he said, make me thus, he transformed and showed him.
Yes.
Get it now? Are you listening?
Yes.
So now what he narrated, you couldn't say, I'm going to use a stupid analogy. He couldn't say, make me a cat and it looked like a tree.
Right.
You follow? Or make a tree and it looked like a cat. Whatever he said that to make, he transformed it. Now that means that he both showed him, you see, and told him.
Yes.
Get it now? There was no way for them to miss it. Because he not only showed him, but he told him.
All right.
He showed him and then told him what that was. That's a tabernacle.
Very good.
Get it? That's important. So now, make sure then, now this is where he comes back down from the mountain. Moses, I know what I'm talking about. When he comes back down from the mountain, Yahshua, you understand? Let me back up with that.
Yes.
When he goes up into the mountain, you know where it's at, Daddy, in Exodus? Where then Moses was told to come up in the mountain alone and by himself, right? Then as in the morning, when Moses gets up to go in the mountain by command, there's a fellow that follows him.
Right.
Did it now?
Exodus 24:2.
Read.
And Moses alone shall come near Yahweh.
Now, Moses alone. You know what that means? Evidently, some folks don't understand. Be by yourself. No, not you and all your family. You see? Or your friend. Or your neighbor. Moses alone.
Yes.
Right. Read.
Shall come near Yahweh.
Shall come near Yahweh. Read.
But they shall not come nigh.
But they shall not come nigh. Read on.
Neither shall the people go up with him.
Now, neither, see that? Israel, stay down and behave yourself.
Right.
Read.
Okay. And I'm thinking of going down to the 13th verse.
13th verse.
And Moses rose up.
And Moses rose up. Read.
And his minister Yahshua.
And it, see? Now, we want to know, where are you going, Yahshua?
Right.
Didn't you hear the command? Weren't you listening? Moses was told to come up here by himself.
That's right.
You get it now? You know what I mean, I'm saying. By himself.
That's right.
But his minister, see, that's a clue right there. His minister, Yahshua, rising up to go with him.
That's right.
And little do people know this is the one that invited him into the mountain.
Yes. That's right.
Get it now? Yahshua is the one that invited him. And he's going to do some ministering under Moses.
Sure is.
You understand what I'm saying? You understand the depth of it? We're not going up on no picnic
That's right.
and talk about how dirty or no good Israel is and what do you think I ought to do with them. And, you understand? You follow? How do you like our part of the Red Sea down here? He's going to minister unto him. You see? Read.
And Moses rose up and his minister Yahshua. And Moses went up into the mount of Elohim.
See, now talk about Mount Elohim. Right? That's Mount Sinai.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You see? Well, what made it his mount? Because he was dwelling
Yes.
in the cloud. That made it his mount. Get it now? It's right. Read on. Read.
And he said unto the elders, Tarry ye here for us
Yes.
until we come again unto you.
See that? Tarry here for us.
Yes.
See? Now, I don't want to deal with it, but they didn't stay in the plateau. See, that's what I want you to see. When you get this pattern in your mind and you read,
Right.
see, if you just took the mountain, this is the top of it. This is where they first saw him in a vision. The 70 elders stand right there. You see, Moses, then this, the foot of the mountain. You see? So then what do you got? 1, 2, 3.
Right.
See that now? So even the mountain is set up like the pattern of the tabernacle.
Yeah.
You see that now?
Yeah.
Now watch it. If you touch any parts of this at the foot of the mountain, something happened by death.
Right.
See it?
Yeah.
Follow?
Right.
Thrust through the dark. You see, you follow? At the plateau, you understand? They begin to see who was the light. You understand? Of the world. You see, and he began to talk with him or make intercession with him. You see, at the plateau. And they were told to stay right there. Get it now? But they turned around, went back out here, and got into trouble. See that now? So, you follow? It's like we try to teach you, come on up. You follow? You keep running back out there in the world after something out there in the world. You follow?
Right.
Boyfriends or whatever the hell's out there. Shut up. Yeah, so they were told to stay there, you see. So I'm showing even the mountain, when you take it apart, it has to conform to the pattern of the tabernacle. The same function that happened in the tabernacle, the same function, you see, is going to happen with that whole mountain, you see. And then just like he said, I will dwell between the wings of cherubim above the mercy. You see, you follow me? So this is his mountain. So it was the mount of Elohim. You get it now? You see it? Yes, sir. Read.
Tarry ye here for us until we come again unto you.
Now look, in the fulfillment, Messiah tells them, tarry where? In the upper room. See now when you bring it on the cross. See, this is the day of Pentecost. You see? Tarry, I should have lined it up where you could see what I was doing. See? Tarry in upper room. Now